What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Final Whistle. For some reason, music is playing in my ear, but we are back.
What's up?
Music is still playing in my ear. Let me turn off my music app, but we're back. It's been a while, Nate.
It has been a while.
Finally, I've been moving. You can see I'm in a new location. We moved
Yes.
into we're at Syracuse, New York. So finally got everything set up. We still don't have the everything set up, but I just got basically a little ring light right here and my laptop. So we're gonna work off that till I can get my desk and everything set up. But yeah, a lot of stuff has happened. Nothing really crazy, but stuff that does pertain to us for sure. I guess we'll start it off with the NFL. Pittsburgh Steelers have some news. It's been a while, but it seems like every year this happens, Nate. We got a contract dispute. My personal least favorite thing in the world. I think it's the stupidest shit ever. TJ Watt is he officially holding out?
From
I know
what
he wasn't at mandatory OTAs, so I guess you could consider holding out. But TJ Watt's paid.
From what I understand, he is a free agent next year. Well, after this season, he did this as well his last contract, so it makes sense he wants the extension. Which I mean, he deserves every penny of what he should be getting. The question with this is he wasn't at the mini OTAs like the non-mandatory.
Yeah.
But now it is kind of mandatory. I'm pretty sure that's why Rodgers is there now. He got the contract done because he's like, I have to be there. I'll be there. Even though he wasn't under the contract. With TJ, I think the situation is he wants paid. I think reports, I think it was Schefter saying they would like to get it done like before training camp. But the question that I want to bring up here is like, you see all these arguments like, should he be paid more than Myles Garrett? You have Steelers fans turning on this guy, calling him a villain for some dumb reason on social media, saying just trade him. Like, okay, if they trade him, they'll be crying when they don't get enough.
Sure.
Just like the Pickens trade, in my opinion. But then this question got brought up in my head. There's two guys, and if you're TJ Watt, you want to be probably the highest paid defensive guy on this team, at least, or you're going to be the highest paid position player in your group. Myles Garrett, let alone, set the precedent for a player of that caliber with that extension. The Cleveland Browns, like I said months ago, they probably did this just to screw over the Steelers' finances because they knew that the Steelers and TJ Watt were going to have to do this literally months later and say, you know what, you're going to spend all your cap just like us on one guy. Now, I understand why fans might want him traded, but I don't. He's a one-helmet guy. He needs to be a one-helmet guy.
Correct.
But there's two other players I want to bring up, maybe three, that maybe TJ Watt waits for. Trey Hendrickson, Micah Parsons, Aiden Hutchinson. They are all going to want money, and Trey Hendrickson's probably the first one to go. Now, compared to TJ and Myles, he's not going to get paid as much. But you would think if you're an agent of a player like TJ Watt, or an agent like Trey Hendrickson, you're kind of like waiting to see what the market looks like because you're going to want your client to make more. The Myles
had a better season than Watt last year, though.
Yeah, well, here's the thing: like that was the first time he was better than Watt. We know what TJ Watt's capable of.
Watt simply had a bad year. TJ Watt was a ghost for the last 4 games of the season. He didn't record a single stat. I think it was. He didn't record a single tackle, a single sack, pass deflect. TJ Watt was a ghost those last 4 games, Nate. He was a ghost.
You want to know the best part about that?
What?
TJ Watt's worst year still got him top 5 DPOY.
Well, Nate, he would have won the DPOY. Hands down, he would have won that DPOY if he wasn't a ghost those last 4 games. He literally needed like maybe 2 sacks to win that DPOY, and he choked.
For TJ Watt standards, it wasn't his best year, but like that's still a great year.
For sure, yeah.
And like I'll say this, like I hear the argument all the time, like people calling in when I'm listening to the radio. They're like, TJ did nothing in the playoff game. I mean, is it all his fault they lost the playoff game? No. Sure, I want him to produce in a playoff game, but I'm not going to make it at the basis of he stinks or not. The thing with TJ is he's going to want paid more than Myles. Clearly, he wants more. He probably would want a penny more. I mean, he would probably do that in a heartbeat because he's like, we know the rivalry, him and Myles Garrett. They like to one-up each other, and TJ's clearly going to want to one-up this guy. Now, the question is, if you're TJ, are you waiting for Micah Parsons maybe to get his extension? Aiden Hutchinson, who's probably the next generation of that position. Max Crosby already got his, but his deal already got broken by Myles Garrett. Then you look at like Trey Hendrickson. He just came off a year where he probably could have won DPOY, but he didn't. He was the sack king last year. Now the question is with the Bengals, are they actually going to pay this guy? I really don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like. But I hope this deal is done by training camp. I really do. I'm planning on going to training camp at least maybe once or twice. But it makes me question. This is the thing. Like the Steelers put all this money in DK Metcalf now. That's eating up a chunk of the cap for a skill position. This needs to be your highest paid defender right here. Now, how comfortable is Rooney, Omar Khan, and Mike Tomlin, even though it's not his deal, but Mike Tomlin wants to get this done, of course, because this is his best defensive piece.
They've never been comfortable spending money. Never, not once.
Well, the question is, are they going to be comfortable with spending that much money on a defender in that position when they have a room behind TJ Watt of Alex Highsmith, Nick Herbig, and an up-and-coming Jack Sawyer? That's the thing, which I hope they do, because those are the types of guys I want learning under TJ Watt, because you already have a great complement with TJ and Alex Highsmith. What do you have? And then you have Nick Herbig and Jack Sawyer coming up. So
I mean, yeah, you've got the stepping stones to have one of the best defensive lines in the NFL, if not the best. I think the Eagles and other teams of that nature might trump the Steelers just because they had a little bit of a down year last year. But hey, you got Cam Hayward, who's coming off literally one of the best years of his career. Like, literally. And yeah, you got to get a deal done with TJ. I don't think he's the type of guy that cares that much about money. I don't. I think it's more of a respect for TJ. He thinks he's the best player in the National Football League, so he wants to be reimbursed as such. I don't think that TJ Watt necessarily thinks I need $70 million a year because I'm TJ Watt and I need that much money. I think it's a more of a fact of, you know what, I have every single year, my stats are better than Myles Garrett. I play less games than Myles Garrett, and I put up better numbers, and yet I'm still not talked about as better than him. Like, I think that is the personal vendetta with this whole TJ Watt situation, is he wants to be the best, and he just wants his flowers, because TJ Watt does not get his flowers. If you ask a casual NFL fan who's the best edge rusher in the NFL, Nate, I would argue with you. I would like to say that a casual person wouldn't even put TJ Watt in their top 3 edge rushers in the NFL.
I agree, because the NFL posts more about Myles Garrett. They don't post
Myles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson. They'll post Trey Hendricks. I mean, like, literally, TJ Watt does not get the love he deserves.
They finally were giving Max Crosby love last year.
Max Crosby is another one that I think people would put above TJ Watt, and it's just the stats speak for themselves, I think. TJ Watt is also more versatile than any of those guys. So does he deserve the money? Absolutely he does. He should be the highest paid defender in the National Football League. I don't think there's a doubt in that. But the question is, do the Steelers want to pay TJ Watt, who is coming off a bad year? I think that might be an argument that the staff might have for TJ is, hey man, listen, you had a questionable year last year with those last 4 games. If we pay you millions on millions on millions of dollars next year to make you the highest paid defender of all time in NFL history, how can we guarantee that you're not gonna basically just scam us and put up stinkers again and get hurt? Like, how do we know that? Which I think is a fair argument from the Pittsburgh Steelers standpoint. TJ just those last 4 games last year it's not that he didn't deserve this money, but it's now you've left yourself a question. TJ Watt, if he would have recorded a few more sacks, it would have been he would have been the DPOY easily. And then the Steelers, that would have forced the Steelers' hand, I think. Because you have the DPOY, you're not gonna like the reigning DPOY. You're gonna give him a blank check. I don't think TJ Watt has a blank check right now. Pretty close to it. If I think he deserves a blank check, but he doesn't have one. Will they get a contract done? Yes. I don't think the TJ is going to go anywhere.
Now I'll say this too. 2 things. Number one, so for I guess people who don't know what Myles Garrett's making right now, he signed a 4-year, $160 million extension, so $40 million a year for a player of that position, $123.5 million guaranteed, highest paid non-quarterback. So that would probably make TJ Watt the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history if they're going on that aspect. Now, here's the thing with TJ. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if I have the years right. Did TJ win Depoy the year he got paid? Was that the first deep? Was that his Depoy, or was that the year he got robbed of Depoy? Because I know he won the D. He could have. TJ could easily have at least 3 Depoys right now.
He should have. Yeah.
I'm not saying last year. I'm talking the one where Myles Garrett won. He won one. I think Aaron Donald beat him, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I'll respect Aaron Donald. That guy's going to be a Hall of Famer. Not taking anything away from taking anything away from Aaron Donald, but like, it's arguable that TJ should have 3 Defensive Players of the Year. Yeah. I think he is going to get paid. It questions me if he's going to be willing to maybe, if he's going to get higher than that, the same amount, or maybe he's going to say, you know what, screw it, I'll take less because I want to be a Steeler. I'm not going to be like what other Yinzers I see on social media making this guy a villain. Heck no. TJ's done so much for this team. Sure, like he can have questionable playoff games, and I understand playoffs is where it matters, but I'm not putting an entire playoff failure every year on TJ Watt. There's other guys that just
for sure
poop themselves in the pants in the playoffs. So, yeah. I don't know if you saw the other Steelers news. They extended Deshaun Elliott, though.
I like that move.
I like that move a lot. You know why? I think that might be Omar Khan's best free agent signing he's had. Free agent-wise.
Really?
Give me another free agent you think.
I'm thinking trades. Free agent, I mean.
Free agent-wise, I think it's Deshaun Elliott. Patrick Queen didn't really nothing.
They got, what's his face from the Eagles, the safety.
Darius Slay.
He
hasn't played yet, though, for the Steelers.
But still, I think that's
Deshaun Elliott
signing.
Deshaun Elliott last year was really good. He was probably my favorite guy on the defense last year for a long portion. Because you could argue when they signed Patrick Queen last year, it was probably going to be him. But Patrick Queen had a down year his first year without Roquan Smith, which a lot of Ravens fans were saying would probably happen. And it happened. I hope Patrick Queen does better because he's getting paid bank for a linebacker. Yeah. And a linebacker position for the Steelers has been one of those that was weak until kind of last year. They have some type of a core going, but I kind of hope Patrick Queen has a big bounce back year this year because I was expecting a lot more. But I'm happy for Deshaun Elliott. I really like him and Minka together. I hope Minka has a better year. I know you and I have gone to heads about Minka, about like if his production's good or bad. I hope he has a better year. I think it's just because we lacked the splash plays. I think we had like 1 last year, but the argument could be made they don't throw his direction, but then there's blown coverage. Deshaun Elliott, for a portion of last year, was that guy. He was the dog of the back end, the secondary. I trusted Deshaun Elliott literally all year to do whatever. Loved that signing. I loved that extension he just got. Well, I think it was a 2-year deal. He's happy to be here. He's excited. So
I do want to bring another thing up, and I know I talk about this a lot. Someone who I really just like despise, Andrew Filipponi.
Oh my gosh,
Nate!
Don't even get me started.
Tweets like this are why TJ Watt, like, it makes me sick. Andrew Filipponi tweets, that's tweaking. He said, I'd carry TJ Watt on my back, crawling over broken glass.
When was this toast?
Like a week ago. He would trade TJ Watt to the Detroit Lions for a 2027 first-round pick and a 2026 fourth-round pick. Nate, this is what I'm talking about, about Pittsburgh media. It is the worst.
It's
this
raging.
guy, and this is no, but to him, it's not.
Yeah.
Filipponi's just a goddamn idiot.
And you know what's funny? All week he's been saying pay TJ Watt.
But he tweets this, I'd carry TJ Watt on my back while crawling over broken glass.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't. Dude, if we did this, we'd be the laughing stock of the entire National Football League.
They switch up so fast.
Who says no? The Steelers? I feel like the Lions might even say no. Be like, okay, is there something wrong with TJ Watt that we don't know, that we're getting this good of a deal?
My least favorite thing in sports talk is who says no.
Yeah.
I hate that so much.
This is gross. And Pony's always done this. He's always done this, and I can't stand him because he just makes like, if I'm TJ Watt and I see this, I'm like, dude, are you serious? What do you mean? The guy who is basically, I would say Filipponi's a top 3 like Pittsburgh sports coverage. He's one of the top 3 most popular guys who cover the Steelers and Pittsburgh sports. The fact that he says shit like this is infuriating to me. And
Yeah, it's annoying.
I don't know. It's so toxic. It is so toxic.
It is annoying. But yeah, that's Steelers stuff. Do you have anything else to add about the Steelers we might have missed?
Not really. We'll go to
I'm kind of surprised it's been quiet on the Rodgers front. I know there was one story I think I saved yesterday. I was like, oh, here we go with the Rodgers drama. I don't know if I saved it on my Twitter or not. It was pretty funny though. I forget what it was, but like some reporter was saying, there's reports from Rodgers' family they don't think he's actually married. And it was like,
yeah, who gives a
shit? I don't care, but it's been quiet. Supposedly, it's been fine at OTAs. Hasn't been any drama. So
let's go to other NFL news today. Nate, I wake up. Jair Alexander's been signed by the Ravens. God damn it!
It was pretty cheap.
I mean, I feel like every time the Steelers make a big signing, the Ravens have to make a signing that like will combat that. Like Jair is still a top 3 corner in the NFL, I think.
1 year, $6 million.
That's crazy. That is cheap.
He's making Jair. $2 million more than Tommy Pham.
Wow.
How about
That's sad.
$2 million in incentives, so it gets up to 1 year, $8 million.
That's crazy.
That's a good corner.
Jesus.
Reunites with Lamar, Louisville, former teammate.
Did they play together?
Yep, former teammate. Really? It says here on ESPN. They're reuniting.
Wow, I thought Jair was way older than that.
That's what I thought too.
But yeah, this is a great deal for the Ravens. I think that this gives them easily the best secondary in the NFL. Marlon Humphrey, Jair Alexander, Kyle Hamilton, Nate Wiggins. Like they're stacked in the secondary. And like,
hold up.
It's going to be tough for the
You want to hear? I'm reading this ESPN article. As you said, it's already stacked. He's joining a secondary that has first-round picks at corner, Marlon Humphrey and Nate Wiggins, and safety Kyle Hamilton and Malachi Starks.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's nasty, dude. And the Ravens, that was their kind of focal point of last year was, okay, like we have this high-powered offense, but we can't find a way. Their defense is now very good.
We said this all year. They needed secondary.
It's gonna be tough for other team to win the AFC North, Nate.
Bro, like they did this after the Bengals extended. They are boosting what they have. They are boosting their secondary of young guys with a great corner veteran. Whenever the Bengals just extended Jamar Chase and got T. Higgins extended, and the Steelers brought in DK Metcalf. Like, and they probably did this even if they would even still do this if the Steelers still had George. Because what do you do to stop good receivers? Get a great secondary. And Jair Alexander, sure, he's only 28, by the way. Like, he's still young. He seems like he's been in the league for a long time. Yeah. I'm kind of like, I understand the Packers released him just because he's had, like, it says here, 2 straight injury-filled seasons. That can scare you a little bit, but he's a 2-time Pro Bowler. The question is, will he be healthy enough? He's only played 34 of 68 total games since 2021. So that's the thing that the Ravens might be taking a gamble on. But for a 1 year, $6 million deal, that's like $2 million more than Tommy Pham gets to have a 500 OPS. Sign me up. I would do that in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
He would be a great guy to have paired with JPJ. Like, to teach a guy.
I agree.
But I understand they got Darius Slay. That's fine too. But like, I would have rather taken Alexander, in my opinion, because that name has pedigree. And a lot. And no offense to Darius Slay, but Jair Alexander, we could just reunite the Green Bay Packers at this point. Like, get Alan Lazard in here, Aaron Rodgers, Jair Alexander. There it is.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that the Steelers didn't even make a push for Jair, even after getting Aaron Rodgers. You'd think a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who is kind of vocal to a fact of, I want to play with my guys, and he did that in the Jets. He brought in the whole crew to the Jets. I was shocked that he didn't say, all right, listen, Omar Khan, I'm here now. I want to win football games. Go get this guy. I was shocked.
Yeah, Nevin says in the chat, Lamar MVP. I could see it
very well.
He could have won it last year. Lamar is a good player. As much as we slack on Lamar, I'll say it. He's talented.
I won't say it. It's fine.
I don't think he's I don't think he's the GOAT, but he's talented. I'll go that far.
All right. Let's switch to different sport, basketball.
Let's do it.
Tonight, we'll get to the finals. There was a trade to your Orlando Magic.
Hey, we did something.
Magic got scammed. Nate, the Magic got scammed. You guys got scammed.
It goes both ways. Can I?
No, it
Can I
does
give
not
my?
go
Can I give my
both
instant
ways.
reaction to this?
Yes.
Okay, Desmond Bain. Here's my thing with it. I like it because he's a really good 3-point shooter. And what have I been begging for the year entire? The Magic desperately need a 3-point shooter to create offense. Where I'm torn with this is trading away 4 first-round unprotected picks. And I think like I go on like Magic, like social media, like people like typing up stuff. And compared to what fans were begging for, I'm fine with Desmond Bain. But it gets like people are kind of still torn with these first round picks, getting rid of these guys.
4.
But here's the thing with those. People are saying the Magic already have this young core that they have built up where they won't really need these first round picks, or they still have other picks they can use to turn into other stuff. It's very confusing in Magic land. There's fans are both happy and mad at the same time.
Why would you be happy?
Because we got a 3-point shooter that we desperately need.
But for 4 first-round picks, KCP,
he's also under contract for a very long
Cole
time.
Anthony,
I think.
You have
Is he
Cole
not?
Anthony and KCP.
Good.
And,
I don't want KCP anymore.
okay, that's fine. Cole Anthony's a good player. 4
And
first-round
he didn't
picks.
have a good year last year.
Do you know what you could get for 4 first-round picks? The
Not-
Lakers got Luka for 1.
We also have to know this.
1.
He's under contract now until like 2029, 2030. He's locked up.
Okay, 4 first-round picks. You want Desmond Bain that bad? Nate,
Yeah,
you
sure.
could get
I want a 3-point man.
all-star. You could get an all-star. You get an all-star for 4 first-round picks. You get a future Hall of Famer for first-round picks. You guys got scammed. It's fine. You got scammed.
I'm grading it as a D+, C-.
It's an F for you guys.
No.
It's a F.
Because, you know why it's not?
Minus.
They got what they needed. They have a good group of 3.
But
they
Nate,
just
you're
need a
not going to
center now,
draft.
and
You're
I'm
not going to be
fine.
drafting. You're not going to be drafting till my kids can play.
I could care less about the NBA draft. These last few years has been garbage.
Okay, so let's say
Look what-
Desmond Bain next year goes and tears his ACL, and you guys are the worst team in the NBA.
You got Anthony.
You're not going to have a
Black.
first round. You're going to have a first round pick to show for it.
You got AB. My other guy.
It's
I really
a horrible
like.
trade. It's a if this is the
team-
Raptors making this trade,
team
I
is
would have been
better.
throwing up.
The team is better than it was last year just by getting rid of KCP.
Right now, yes,
They need
your
a
team
center.
is better as of right now. Come next year, draft season, your team is not better.
They also have more draft picks and draft capital. They can
And do
use.
we think that Desmond Bain's going to continue to be that
Yeah.
good?
Yes.
I don't.
I think he's still entering his prime.
Desmond Bain wasn't even the best player on his team.
Desmond Bain. Listen, like I saw a stat. I was like, he's like a top 3-point shooter over his last couple years, like
In the
percentage wise.
NBA?
Percentage wise, I think that's what the stat said.
He's not a top 3-point shooter. He's not better
Well,
than Curry. He's not better than Dame.
No,
he's not better
no.
than Book. He's not better than
Percentage-wise.
Luka. Still,
Percentage of
I don't
three-pointers
care
made.
about percentage. Kenny Pickett had the best winning percentage of all time in the fourth quarter.
I am great.
Doesn't
as
mean you
a
need 4
fan.
first-round picks for Kenny Pickett.
So you're grading it as a
F
non-Magic
minus
fan,
minus
F.
minus.
I'm grading it as a fan as a C- between a C+.
C
You
minus.
know why? Because we got what we desperately needed, but we traded away a bunch of first-round picks.
Okay, that would be like me saying, okay, the Raptors need a center. Let's trade Scotty, RJ, quickly Grady, and 7 first-round picks. Hey,
That's not anywhere close.
but we got I know, but we got DeAndre Ayton. We got what we needed, but we gave up the future.
You know what this trade did, though? It's setting the market of what this offseason is going to be for a lot of teams. I think.
Is it? Or I think a lot of franchises are just pointing and laughing at your.
No, I think it's going to. Imagine the Giannis deal.
Well, we're gonna get Giannis for only a first-round pick.
You're gonna give up 5 first-round picks now.
And you know what? If we give up 5 first-round picks for Giannis, I'm fine with it. You know why? Because it's Giannis. It's not Desmond Bain.
Hey, respect DB3.
I will
Listen,
not respect
Desmond
ever.
Bain, Paolo,
Go down.
Franz,
It will
elite.
go down as one of the worst trades ever.
No,
Scammed.
we're gonna talk about one of the worst trades ever in a couple minutes, but
Good segue. This is
you want to do finals before that?
We should, we
let's do
should
finals.
tonight.
That was
NBA finals. The finals are over tonight. Thunder are gonna win. I can't believe the Pacers have won 2 games, Nate. I know.
Tomorrow
I said
or tonight?
it's tonight.
Oh,
I
really?
believe, right?
I think it might be tomorrow.
Am I tripping?
I think we have to wait.
No way.
Thursday, yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, Jesus.
That sucks.
Damn. I was so excited to watch the finals tonight. Well, damn. Well, there's no Stanley Cup because the Panthers won last night.
Hey, you get to watch Scooble no hit the Pirates. I'm cheering for it, man.
I'm not blacked out anymore in New York for the Pirates.
Get rid of Ben ASAP.
I can watch Pirate games.
Fire the GM, and I want to watch them get no hit.
But yeah, finals I guess are on Thursday now. News to me. I thought they were today, but Nate, this has been a great finals. I coming into this, I was like, okay, this is gonna suck. It's gonna be a sweep. The Thunder are gonna win by 45 every game. The Pacers aren't it. The Pacers remind me a lot of that 2019 Raptors team, and I really like watching them. But Nate, let's spin it back to last game. Tyrese Halliburton, 4 points, has not made a single shot from the floor. He did not put a ball in the basket unless it was a free throw. And people still want to say he's the best player on that team. They still want to say that he's not overrated. Nate, he is overrated.
He also hurt his calf. So he's not, is he going to be playing tomorrow? Is he hurt? Is he playing tomorrow or is he going to play injured? Ugh, I don't know. I will give you this. Siakam is having a better finals.
Siakam, he's a better player.
Because we were arguing this literally last 2 weeks. It was a good conversation.
It's over. There's no conversation anymore because if someone's gonna sit there and look at me in the eyes and tell me that Tyrese Halliburton is a better player than Pascal Siakam, I can't take them serious.
I'll say this about this finals. I think this series is over tomorrow with this injury too. Like if there's a world like for some reason he's not even playing, it's over before the game starts.
Halliburton is a great passer, and he's a good playmaker. He's not a good scorer.
That's fair.
And that
averaging 18.6 a game. I mean, 9.
Listen, you can't be a
compared
superstar.
To Jay though, 32.7.
Correct. There's levels to this shit.
That's the MVP for some reason. That's the MVP
for some reason.
For a reason. That's what I meant
to say. Jeez. There was a lot of people who thought Jokic should have been MVP, but they're brain dead. But yeah, these finals, J-Dub had a 40 bomb last game. We might have to start thinking about is Shea even going to get finals MVP? I mean, he's been dropping 30 bombs, but J-Dub with 40 last game. I'll tell you what, if that was the game that won them the finals, like if that was game 7 and J-Dub dropped 40, I think he would have the MVP. I'm pretty sure they would give him the MVP. I think SGA has to kind of outscore. If J-Dub outscores him again, I think J-Dub is your finals MVP.
Do you think they're just going to give to Shea, though?
Probably. And that's what they've been doing ever since. I don't know if you remember back in 2015, 2014.
When the Warriors, right?
When the Warriors won, Curry was robbed of a bunch of finals MVPs. From like Iguodala won one.
Yeah, I remember Iggy.
So I think since then, the NBA has literally just given it to the best player. 2019, when the Raptors won it, I thought there was a case for a lot of guys. Siakam could have won it. Kawhi probably. It was probably Kawhi, but you could have given it to Fred. You could have given it to a lot of other guys. Even who won last year? The Celtics. Jaylen Brown won. That was a time where they did not give it to the best player just because of how good Jaylen Brown played. You got to really outshine the star on your team if you want to be the finals MVP. But SGA could have one of the best seasons of all time, MVP, best record in the NBA champion and Finals MVP. I don't know the last time someone's won MVP and Finals MVP in the same year.
So I'm
I
on
can't
Jalen
remember when that
Williams
happened.
stat page right now on
Yeah.
ESPN. Here's his game by game points. Game 1, 17. That was the lowest, by the way. Game 2, 19. 3, 26. 27, 40.
Yeah.
Let's go to Shea really quick. Let me find
Shay's
him.
going to have 30-30s. It's going to be all in the 30s. 27.
Here, 38, 34, 24, 35, 31. He's going to be your MVP.
It's probably going to be SGA. Yeah. Unless J-Dub drops a 40 bomb again. But yeah, SGA he's been that dude, bro.
That one game got him the
love
traction,
SGA.
though, to maybe be a runner
True.
for MVP.
True. Oh, yeah. He'll be second up. I'll tell
I'm
you what,
curious
Chet
to see if-
Holmgren sucks. Chet's been bad. Flat out bad. I
His
think
9 points.
yeah, you got to start Hartenstein, even though Hartenstein is not a better scorer than Chet, but Hartenstein's way better off the screen. Hartenstein's one of the best
Are you
screeners
talking-
in the entire NBA.
They started both on.
Yeah, I know, but I
Sunday.
think
No wonder.
they've been doing a lot of 2 big lineups. I think
Oh,
we got to
yeah.
move on from that just 'cause how Chet's been bad.
Now, here's a question I'll ask. Like, I'm on the percentages. Do you think this percentage chance for the Pacers to win on ESPN is too high or too low? You ready for this?
Yeah.
The Thunder have a 56.4% chance to end it. They're giving the Pacers 43.6
To win the championship or tonight's game?
to win tomorrow night. Do you think that is too high or too low? 43.6
To win the entire thing?
to
Entire
win
championship?
to force game 7.
That's perfect. That might
You
be
like
too
that?
low. That might be too high.
43.6. You think it's even lower?
I think they probably have about a 30% chance to win. It's in OKC, right? No, this is in
It's in Indianapolis.
Indiana.
Yeah. It's at Gainbridge.
I give them a 40% chance, maybe.
So you're
I'm
going
so
60-40.
high on the Thunder, and I've been proven wrong 100 times.
I'm presuming it looks yeah. The Thunder are a big favorite here. It's clearly the Thunder's series to lose. JJ, I don't want to hear Magic or morons in the chat.
Yes,
We got a
JJ.
3-point shooter.
You already missed that. Nate is defending. One
I
of the
gave the
worst trades
trade
I've ever
a
seen.
C
It's an
grade.
F. It's an F minus.
A C grade. We got our
It's an F
guy.
minus. F minus.
You want to talk about a trade that sucks?
Yeah.
Is it time?
Hold on. I want to pull this up.
Oh gosh, here we go.
Nicholas said, "I need to replace Chet.
Oh, are you? You have,
I have my Halloween costume.
oh, you have the picture?
Yeah.
Let's see it.
It's me as Chet on Halloween.
Oh shoot! Standing
like
on
that?
top of the speaker.
No, yeah.
Post up.
That was pure defense right there. Same build, yeah. Look at that.
Love it.
Cash. thought I'd pull that up.
You just
yeah,
need to grow like the
Chet.
facial hair.
Well, I had. Yeah, I'll pull it up. Come on. Oh, it took me all the way down to this. I drew a beard on.
Nevin says that pick is wild.
Yeah, it's a good pick. But yeah, I am a better. Yeah, correct. Yeah, JJ, it is a 0.0.
It's a C.
It is a horrible
It is a
trade.
C.
It is the
The
worst
Magic
trade I've
got
ever seen.
without my final statement is we got what we needed, but I'm not a fan of how much they gave up. But I love what we got.
You love Desmond Bain.
Yes, 'cause we needed a
you
three-point
love
shooter.
Desmond Bain.
Yes,
But you love that.
I also love it because KCP's gone.
You love Desmond Bain.
I love losing KCP's contract.
No, you
I
can't
love it.
tell me you love having Desmond Bain. If I got Desmond Bain, I'd be like, all right, we got Desmond Bain. He's all right. He
The
might
Magic
start.
needs
He'll start.
someone that can shoot a basketball. We got one, and he's young too. So, and KCP's gone. I'll throw a parade for that. Too much money.
All right.
Let's talk about a good trade.
Let's get into baseball news. This was another scam.
Well, bad
Devers,
trade, actually.
Devers got traded
An
to the San Francisco Giants. I'll let you kind of take the helm in this one. I'm not as much of a baseball guy as you are, but I'm pretty. There wasn't this. Is this another scam? Is this on the? This is equivalent of the Desmond Bain trade. Right?
Nicholas, I'm not changing my team. Okay, I'll say this about
I
this
would.
trade. This trade, in my opinion, is even worse. You want to know why?
Talk to me.
It came out of nowhere. People were comparing this to the Luka trade. Came out of nowhere.
I
No
saw
one
that.
expected it. I'm more shocked that this happened a month and a half really before the trade deadline, because usually teams, what we see now, you're going to start trading guys away literally on July 31st. He is making good money, and this whole thing with Rafael Devers, I was driving home from getting food with my friends. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Because it was right after they swept the New York Yankees. He hit a home run in the game, and he got taken off the team jet, and he came back to Fenway Park to get his stuff. They were flying out to their next series. Whenever I look at what they gave up and why this happened, the Red Sox are trying to paint this guy as the villain. I don't know if you know all the stories. He's a third baseman. Sure, his fielding isn't really the greatest.
They asked him to play DH, and he was like, "I'm a third baseman."
Well, they also asked him to play first base, and he's like, "I'm gonna play third base." But the thing is,
now these Giants, he said, "I'm willing to play anything."
Yeah, and like, here's the thing: the Red Sox did this all to themselves, and they're not saying this because they went out and signed Alex Bregman while they had a third baseman. Sure, it makes the team better, but you probably should have ran it across your guy, saying like, you know what? Maybe I'm not really too fond of going to first base, because at the time they had Tristan Casas. He's now hurt, and they could have played Devers at first, but why would you want to learn a new position for the first time ever 4 months into it, like with 4 months left in the season? They're now, I think, 1 game above 500, which people are like, oh, this team's going to be dead. I'm kind of going to keep saying the Red Sox still have a chance even without Devers, because all the young guys they have coming up. Whenever, like, they got Roman Anthony just hit his first home run. They have Christian Campbell. They have all these other young guys. And it seems like the Red Sox have gone the route where they are extend these guys. They just extended like Rafael, I think it was last year. They already gave Christian Campbell the contract. I wouldn't be surprised if Roman Anthony's getting his too. The Red Sox desperately need pitching, and I guess they got Jordan Hicks's problem is he's making money and he's not having a good year. Kyle Harrison's probably the best piece because he was a top prospect with the Giants. He wasn't having the greatest year, and I would call him the key piece, and he got optioned to AAA for the Red Sox. But the thing is, the Red Sox already have the rotation kind of made up. So, like, I follow people who follow, like, my buddy who watches the Red Sox and fan of them. I said, why? He was like, we sent him down because we already have our 5-man rotation kind of set, and he's kind of the odd man out right now. Now, the key piece of what I like about this, they got the Giants' number 4 overall prospect, James Tibbs III. He was their draft pick literally in the last draft. He was a college bat. I like his potential. And what's funny about this, another guy I follow, Robbie Hyde on Twitter, I watch his YouTube channel. He's a Red Sox fan. And the Red Sox, that was a projected draft pick for the Red Sox. And they, I think, picked the pick right after the Giants. So that could have been the Red Sox original draft pick that they were like, okay. Because they traded their guy they got last year for Garrett Crochet to the White Sox. And then the other guy, they got Jose Bayo, another random reliever from AAA. The Giants clearly won this trade. On the aspect of the Giants, for some reason, are one of those weird teams where it's like they're in a stacked division, but they don't get any of the light, like any of the love. It's Dodgers and Padres that get a lot of the attention. The Giants are right in the mix. The Diamondbacks are still the Diamondbacks are the question team because they're playing down with what they should be because their pitching isn't good. I think a lot of teams are hoping that the Diamondbacks just start to sink so they can just sell off all their pieces, because there's a team that's going to cause chaos at the deadline. It's the Arizona Diamondbacks, because they have Josh Naylor, Eugenio Suarez, Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen, all these guys, pitchers and corner infield, all on 1-year deals. They're all on expiring contracts. So the Diamondbacks could just go and say, you know what? We're looking at what the Red Sox got. We're going to kind of top that. We can trade these guys away. And they're going to be the team that teams are calling, because what do the, I'm getting on a tangent, but what do the Rockies and Marlins have that's so enticing to teams this year? Nothing much. Sandy Alcantara has been heating up, I guess. If you're the Rockies, maybe I don't think they're going to trade Goodman, but hunt Ryan McMahon, but their owner seems to like him. As you hold up LeBron, of all the bad teams this year, the only teams that have something teams could probably use, let me count. Sadly, our team with Andrew Heaney, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, those are probably the best pieces. Dennis Santana. Going on, the Marlins and Rockies don't have much. The Athletics, if you're Miguel Andujar, whoop-de-doo. This is a market where good teams might be the best chance to upgrade your team. So that's why I'm looking at the Arizona Diamondbacks per se. But the Red Sox, just open the floodgates, and this is unprecedented for the last few years of Major League Baseball, because you usually don't see a trade like this until the trade deadline.
Yeah.
You never see a superstar get traded in the middle of June before the All-Star game. Like Ryan O'Hearn of the Orioles was like, thank you to the GM because now I might be able to start a DH for the All-Star game. Like he was joking about it, which he probably should be the starter now. My thing with this trade, the Red Sox did it to themselves. The Giants easily won it. People are saying they lost it just because of the contract. He's worth that contract. And now that he's like, he's playing for a team that also clearly wants him. Like Buster Posey's the new president. He has taken the Giants like by the reins. He's like, you know what? We're going back to the glory days of San Francisco, like the old dynasty, 2010, 2012, 2014. You remember how awful that was to watch as a fan, seeing the same team win it every other year? They're trying to build that again. They have young pitching that's pretty good. Logan Webb's having a great year. They have this core. They have a Matt Chapman. They have Jung-Hoo Lee. Yeah, Robbie. Yeah, you have all these. Now you have Rafael Devers and people like the Giants. I think the stat was they haven't had a 30 home run guy, I think, since Bonds.
Yeah, I saw that lefty.
Devers is going to be that guy.
Yeah.
Devers is going to be a great player for San Fran. He's going to be there for a while. Now I'm kind of wondering, like, there's been rumors like other teams that were involved, like the Blue Jays. I don't think they would have traded him within the division. I'm more upset if you're a team like the Seattle Mariners. You weren't calling and getting involved because they have like even better younger pitching they could have traded. But like the Mariners desperately need a thumper to add to Julio and Randy and all those guys because Rafael Devers would have been a great fit for the Mariners.
Yeah.
But this could have been an awesome move to get him out of the American League. But I'm more excited because the Red Sox are playing the Giants this weekend.
Oh, no way.
Yep. I think it's at Fenway. So he's going to be coming back already. I think it's at Fenway. Let me see if I can find it right here really quick. If I'm not mistaken, I think it is at Fenway Park. Let's see here. No, it's at the Giants. So you have to wait till 10:15 p.m. on Friday to watch the revenge game, and I'm hoping he gets a home run. But yeah, this trade is even worse than Desmond Bain, in my opinion. Because why did they have to do this? They have him under contract. Like the fact that the Red Sox are treating this like a salary dump is just a joke. They're the Red Sox. Why do the Red Sox need to say, "Oh, we're dumping salary"? They're rich. Like the Red Sox and Cubs just make me so mad because they're the two big market teams that act like they're poor. Like I don't get it. Even though they just signed Alex Bregman and the Cubs are maybe will see an extension for Kyle Tucker. My question is why? Like it's clearly they don't want to deal with him anymore. Like my Red Sox buddy said, this makes no sense. It sucks because they did this with Mookie, even though Mookie didn't have as much drama. But the Mookie trade and this trade are comparable that they both stink. And we get called the worst team to trade. The Pirates are the worst. These trades are even worse because these are actual superstars that they're trading away. Like the Mookie Betts deal, they got Alex Verdugo as the key piece. Jeter Downs isn't even in the major leagues or even in organizational baseball, I think, anymore. Like, the Red Sox don't know how to trade superstars. That's just, like, they did this to themselves. They should be ashamed. Like, they're the ones that made this problem in the first place by getting Alex Bregman, which I will say was great at the time, and Bregman's doing nothing wrong. I mean, he's hurt now. But here's the thing. The Red Sox front office probably knew this was probably going to make Devers a little upset. Because, you know, Devers is that guy. He was that franchise guy that Red Sox fans are like, he's our man. He's going to be the guy to lead us back to the World Series, and they just shipped him off out west. And it's clearly a move to get him out of the AL East. It's clearly a move to get him out of the American League. This is clearly a move, though, that's going to make the NL wild card race a lot better. So what I think is going to happen now to kind of close this off is with the NL, there's only going to be one team in the NL Central, probably the Cubs. Maybe the Brewers if they get better in the wild card. The NL East and NL West are going to be fighting for 3 wild card spots. The Braves are kind of out of it. They're a team that like to say they're not dead yet, but I think they're kind of dead right now. It's going to take a miracle right there. I know Acuna has been playing good. The Mets, Phillies, Giants, Padres, and Dodgers. That's the teams. Only one of the NL East teams is going to win that division. If the Diamondbacks get hot again, if they get better, who knows?
Yeah.
The Mets, Phillies, Diamondbacks, Giants, or Padres, one of those 5 teams is going to get cut because 2 of those guys are going to win divisions. I didn't even throw the Dodgers in there. I'm just assuming the Dodgers are going to win it, the division that is. But like the AL, it's funny. The Red Sox are in the wild card right now. The entire AL East, besides the Orioles, is in the playoffs. So this is one of those weird contender to contender trades, but only one contender seems to have won. So,
Yeah.
Sorry for that tangent going long, but
Oh, you're good. Well, I really don't have anything to say. I honestly they got scammed. I guess
Nevin said send Skeens to Detroit. Please no. We're gonna get no hit tonight. I'm begging for it. I want to see the GM get fired to the moon.
Well, I think that's it for today's episode. I have nothing more else to say. How about you?
I have nothing else. That was fun.
All right. Well, we are back.
Let's go, Desmond Bain.
Yeah. Nope, scammed. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
See you later.